I would see Stan every weeknight. I'd anchor the overnight news at KCRA back in the day, and Stan would just be leaving as I would be showing up, but he always would take time to talk. So much more reaction now. Steve Lodge joins us now with what some family members are saying about him.
And great report there, because it just goes to show, you know, going back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, he's been a presence here in Sacramento.
No doubt.
For so many decades. I had the opportunity to talk to one of his sons, Mike Atkinson, who was his best friend. He described him as his best friend, and he talked to me for a little while. I asked him about what was in his father's DNA. What was it about his tenacity that kept him going all those years?
What do you think it was about his personality or, you know, his DNA that drove him?
You know, he loved truth, you know, and I think this comes back to how much he respected, you know, the viewers, because he felt like they needed to know.
When he decided to call it a day, I'm sure that was pretty dramatic.
Yes, very much so. I think all of us were more concerned for him that what would do? You know, how could he even live day to day with this crazy lifestyle he'd lived for decades, you know, going to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, you know, because he'd go out for dinner after the 11 o'clock.
Well, apparently, Tony, after he said goodbye to you as you picked up the overnight shift, he would go off to Harry Gary's restaurant or a now closed fuel and transportation restaurant on Alhambra. That's what his son says. Those were his favorite spots for after newscast dinner. He would also watch the newscast in bed when he finally got home. His son shared this photo of his dad on his 90th birthday a few years ago. He said his father had been living in Mercy McMahon Terrace for the past 3 years and knew everyone on the staff and all their hobbies and their lives, because that's what he was all about, really engaging with people all the way to the very end.
Yeah, I remember going to his room, and his room was full of life, and he did watch news every single day still, and that struck me. He also said, never stop being curious as a journalist. When you stop being curious, that's when you know you might kind of lost your edge. He never lost that edge.
Never did.
So plenty of people here worked with him. Your produce man, Michael Marks, worked with Stan when he first got here at KOVR.
Yeah, he shared this story with us also. You know, the produce man, when Stan Atkinson first came to KOVR, they had an exchange. Stan Atkinson was going to Afghanistan, once again going to a war zone. And of course, your produce man had to ask, what are the price of oranges in a war zone? So here's him telling this story.
So sure enough, he gets to Afghanistan, he finds out, he comes back, and I went and talked to Stan Atkinson and say, did you find out the price? And he said, yes. I was shocked. They were $5. And I said, $5 a pound? And he said, no, they were $5 each. Yes, indeed. Navel oranges are the most black-marketed fruit during times of war. Stan Atkinson was every inch a gentleman and one of the best anchors ever.
Yeah, he sure was. Stan leaves behind 14 grandchildren, 18 great-grandchildren. His family footprint solidified in Sacramento and beyond. Stan also left his mark on so many charitable organizations. He continued to give back long after he left the anchor chair. We'll be paying tribute to Stan throughout our newscast here on CBS 13 and on Primetime Sacramento on KMAX as well.